Hi Leo, and welcome to your June 2018 general reading. I have put your love readings on Vimeo, and there should be a link underneath which takes you right to my channel. So this will just be a general reading, and you can make a choice if you'd like to view the relationship readings or not. So please give me an additional guidance card for the sign of Leo before I shuffle the deck. Okay, now this card I've got is really, really tatty, Leo. Okay, you've got the deep knowing card. It's because I do a lot of relationship readings and it shows up quite a lot in a relationship reading. It talks about knowing the rightness of a situation. This might not only be to do with relationships, it might be to do with life direction and what you intuitively need for yourself at the moment. I am not sure. Let's look at the reading, and I am trying to think about your relationship reading, but I'm trying to keep them separate so people who don't buy them still get a full reading, okay? So bear with me till I shuffle the deck, Leo. So what is this deep knowing card? So obviously you're very, very attuned to your instincts, your intuition already. Tell me about the energies for the sign of Leo, please. High Priestess, yeah. Deep knowing card with the World card. Wow. So what you most want is the Three of Swords, which is obviously something to be over. The Knight of Swords is what's helping you get the Three of Swords. So there's some sort of communication, some sort of moving forward. This Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. What brings the most rapid change is the Knight of Swords and the Tower card. The challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. It feels that it's always the challenge. Okay, Queen of Swords in your relationship house. Money and work, you've got the Hierophant. Ten of Cups in a soul position. It's a little bit, it's so funny, yeah. I can sort of see what's going on here. Seven of Wands. The Queen of Cups. I try and stop either at a major arcana or an ace, okay? But yeah, I'm not getting any of them. So that just means the story is just unfolding. What came up was a Four of Swords and a Ten of Discs, which is great. I'll stop at the Ten of Discs, in fact. Yeah, because that means whatever the challenge is has completed itself. Something to do with the 3D world, work, housing, finances, location, anything to do with the earth and how you sustain yourself, Leo, is what this challenge is about. For some of you, if it's a relationship issue, it will be about commitment. Yeah, sort of forging yourselves more together. So what's behind you? The High Priestess is the deep knowing card. So you've obviously been spending time in very, very deep reflection. With the World card, for some of it, there might be some completion going on here. The World card is the last major arcana. So when it shows up, it tends to mean that we've been in one hell of a big psychological cycle, working stuff through, because it doesn't show up every day, the World card. So maybe for some Leos there's been some huge closing of chapters or some huge deep inner reflection, because she's looking right at the High Priestess, who's been connecting with her own depths, her own watery, unconscious mind. The unconscious mind controls everything. Unless we have a relationship with it, we don't tend to create the life that we want, which is full of personal empowerment, stuff like that. Okay, we tend to just go round and round the hamster's wheel. What you want is a Three of Swords. So some of you, I have to say, have obviously been in some emotional drama, because the Queen of Swords is showing up in your relationship house. So some of you have maybe made a final cut in a relationship situation can only read these cards this way, because the Queen of Swords, her power is mighty, very, very misunderstood queen, really struggle with the way people read her. She's got a great power. When she's in her shadow, she can be very, very harsh, because she speaks a lot of her truth, and it's right over the Three of Swords. So some of you might have been doing a lot of truth telling. Someone might have been doing it to you, and that's why there's such big major arcana showing up as what's behind you. So tell me more about this Three of Swords. I think maybe because of the other cards and the challenge, maybe some of you are separate from someone that you love. And by the looks of the cards, it's probably because of financial and practical reasons, okay? But tell me more about the Three of Swords, but what Leo really wants. Yeah, because what you really want is the Four of Wands, which means you're not in the Four of Wands, basically. Ooh. A little bit of definitely feeling a little bit cut off from someone that you love, okay? Now, the Knight of Swords, very good news, helping you get the Four of Wands. The Knight of Swords is a very swift-moving knight. It looks like there's some change that's coming your way. Do I think it's going to be... give me a minute. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords as the gift, please. Very, very positive. Yeah, look, got your own card. You've got news coming that's going to make you feel really happy, and it's going to help you heal this Three of Swords and get the Four of Wands. So some very, very good news. What I sensed before, Leo, was a little bit of June. There was going to be a waiting period. Now, don't shout at me, okay? But I felt there was a need for it. I felt some of you had a lot of burnout, and there was a need to take a step back in order for this beautiful sun, this beautiful vitality to come back. Now, the sun with the Knight of Swords, I would say some very big, good news coming your way, which is going to heal this sense of division. The challenge, Page of Pentacles, pain. So this could be about work, finances, housing. Start getting this ace off the ground, because the ace is a gift, but it needs all the right conditions to grow into a 10. Your outcome is a 10. So I'm really, really hoping, Leo, that there's some resolution for you in this Four of Wands, in this practical chapter of your life. So this, whatever the separation is, can be brought, can be healed. Because the Queen of Swords in your relationship house means that you're probably spending a lot of time on your own, okay? And that is why the Three of Swords is showing up and desiring the Four of Wands. There's no way, some of you might have made a decision to go through a separation. It might just be a temporary break by the looks of it though. Or because of probably practical reasons, there's a sense of separation from someone that you love, okay? I am really hoping this night and the sun is going to bring a sense of sorting this issue out for you. You get the Hierophant in money and work. Quite a good sign when the Hierophant turns up in money and work, because it's a very earthy, solid energy. It's the ground under your feet, which seems to be the challenge. So what's the Hierophant showing up for Leo? Oh, with the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Most of you now connected with the Hierophant. So the Hierophant could be about property, because it's everything that's really solid and tangible. It could be about property. It could be about getting a job with someone who'd be a very big organisation. So a lot of solidity and security, which is probably why the Ten of Pentacles is your outcome. Because at a soul position, you've got the Ten of Cups. Now, you cannot have more opposite cards than the Ten of Cups and the Three of Swords with the Queen of Swords underneath it. Because both of those cards, I mean, the Queen of Swords is actually a fantastic card to get in your relationships, because she's got this 360-degree vision. And because I felt Leo really was having a little bit of burnout, there was a need for rest. That's what the Queen of Swords will give you. But the Ten of Cups is the opposite, and there's a rainbow here. I know it's a cliche, but cliches exist for an actual reason, Leo. After storms, rainbows actually do come out. It actually is a physical reality. And this is a rainbow. And these people's hearts are open and they're sharing themselves with other people. So this is what's going on at a soul position. Again, there's a strange combination between the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups, which would mean to me that sometimes you're in this state of being separate, and other times you're in a state of the sun, unity, and sharing your heart with the people that you really value and you really love. I love seeing that for you. Any clarity in the Ten of Cups, please? The Magician, so all the 4 aces. So the Magician is a card about being very, very connected with source energy. And it's from that energy that everything comes to us, yeah? You can see in the deck, this energy comes through him and it goes out into his world in order to create the life that he wants. The 4 aces, very, very, an awful lot of energy at a soul level for you, Leo. And I love seeing that for you. And as the gift, your own energy is coming through. So there's an awful lot of positivity and light and personal power. I think your biggest challenge is this sense of separation and the Queen of Swords showing up. Again, she's not a negative. She stands for Aquarius or any of the air signs. So sometimes it's about taking a step back in order to go forwards. Because don't forget, you go within and then you move out from there. If you don't go within, you go without. It's that sort of sense of looking after your inner world. And look how beautiful this is showing up for you at a soul position. Okay, let's look at the outcome. So first of all, 7 of Wands. A little bit guarded, but the door's open. Okay, not sure what this is about. But then comes your Queen of Cups. So offering your cup. So already there's a strange little, because the Queen of Swords is showing up here in that 3 of Swords, some of you might have been in a little bit of a difficulty in a relationship. So the 7 of Wands is a door beginning to open. Yeah, beginning. I actually like the 7 of Wands. I'm one of these readers who I like it when people honour their personal boundaries. And then the Queen of Cups steps forward, offering her cup, trying to mend any sort of difficulties. This might be someone offering help to you, or you might be the one giving the help to others. Then we get you back in the 4 of Swords, okay? Again, this need to rest. It seems really powerful for me, for you this month, that a lot of your energy, it seems to be coming back, and coming back with quite a vengeance, which is beautiful. But there's definitely an energy about moving forward, then pulling back, moving forward and pulling back. And for you that are not going to get a relationship reading, that was the key there as well. The 4 of Swords is someone who's recovering from the 3 of Swords, basically. And it doesn't have to be about splitting up with someone. It can be just about being in a little bit of a difficult life circumstance, being separate from someone that you love. Now the outcome is a 10 of Pentacles, which means a challenge has been resolved. And the 10 of Pentacles is a very earthy card, obviously. It's about completion of a cycle. And the challenge is obviously making the ace into a 10. So this could be, so a challenge is getting this something off the ground, could be a job offer, even getting a job offer, but the outcome looks extremely fantastic with that Ten of Pentacles. It might be because of the Hierophant showing up that you're dealing with the laws of the land. Yeah. And when we deal with the laws of the land, there's always a lot of soul qualities that are required. Sorry, I'm laughing. Patience. Very much dealing with the establishment. So some of you could be doing things like a property move. That's the sort of thing. Some sort of issues around property. But because the Nine of Cups is showing up, which is a card of wish fulfillment, which means you're getting what you want, but it might take to the end of June for the whole fruition period to come into your hands. And that's probably why the Queen of Swords is showing up in the relationship issue, because there's a lot of union, there's an awful lot of happiness here. But the Queen of Swords with the Three of Swords over it, with someone who wants the Four of Wands, is obviously an energy of feeling a little bit separate from it. And what I feel the month is going to be about is about being quite a little, spending time quite a lot on your own, but then moving into the connection with other people, and then a little bit of withdrawing again. And it seems to be the obvious thing that is a challenge here is, I don't even think, the Ace is a challenge, but the Hierophant with the Nine of Cups showing up in the money and work is, it's about having something tangible in your hand and secure and solid, which is leading you to the Ten of Pentacles, which is a happy conclusion, a rounding up, financial good news, a lot of prosperity, because the chest is wide open, and it's open because it's got enough to share. So there's not a holding or a gripping energy. And the holding and the gripping tends to come when we feel we don't have enough. But the Ten of Pentacles is about having plenty. And for you, I think what that deep knowing card is, that even though maybe it's not in the ideal situation right now, there's a deep knowing around this Ten of Cups that's about the rightness of a connection. And sometimes we have to, when the deep knowing card shows up, we have to believe in it regardless of what circumstances tell us. And that's where the great big challenge comes, Leo, because it means you have to trust. You have to trust that it's all leading in the right direction. It's like being in a state of divine relaxation when you can take a step back and feel this is not perfect right now, but I know that it's going to be, and I know it's all going to a really, really good solution. And then that energy is the most attractive energy in the whole universe, because when it's that faking it to make it, act as if everything you want is already within you. And then I always say we begin to see how quick the universe begins to work with us, because the Magician is a very powerful manifesting card. And because it's with the Ten of Cups, sometimes it's about feeling in to what that deep knowing card is about, which is about knowing that there's something so incredibly right in your life, and feeling it and letting it pull you, and letting this feeling pull in the divine forces to begin to help you. I'm not saying it's not going to be work after that, Leo. It doesn't work that way. Oh dear, it really doesn't work that way. But we can get the ball rolling. So yeah, I call it divine relaxation. We act as if we've already got what we want, while still taking the steps to move towards it. Okay? And maybe that's where you're going to get to the Ten of Pentacles at the end of the reading. Okay, Leo, I will speak to you next week. Bye.